Hi, how are you? I hope you're keeping well. Today I'm going to do like a rose golden smoky look, something really simple, but it's also going to be a bit of a first impressions video because I've got my hands on some Sculpted by Aimee products for the first time. I followed Aimee on Instagram for ages. I follow loads of the girls in Ireland. I love all their videos. It's always nice when you have kind of eyes on different brands that we don't have necessarily in the UK, but this is just coming to Boots. So I feel like after all the videos I've watched, I can actually have a play for myself. So I'm going to delve in and just give some thoughts along the way. So I'm going to use this palette, which is kind of one for the whole face, eyes, cheeks. You can use this on cheeks and lips, and I'll just walk you through as I'm going along. So you can see I've got my base on today, which I don't usually do, but to be honest with you, I'm just having a really bad skin day today. And as much as I always do usually show you redness and warts and all, it's just incredibly hot today. So I felt like I wanted to nail my base so that we could concentrate on all of this stuff. What I will say, I'll just show you while I'm putting my eyes on. These are these little kind of cooling balls from Dermalogica, and I've been putting them in the fridge, and then you can roll them over the hot parts of your skin. Oh my gosh, it really has worked today. I'm not long out of a hot shower, which always kind of flares up my redness. And that has really helped calm everything down. So if you are someone that notices redness, I'd recommend. Now, sorry, back to Aimee Connolly. Redness diversion aside, I'm going to go in actually with one of her brushes. This is the blender, and I'm going to start taking these two matte colours to frame this rose golden. So Aimee is a working makeup artist in Ireland, and basically I've just been reading all about the products and everything today because I've not met Aimee yet actually, but basically she was saying that the inspiration behind making the products was that she wanted her clients to feel like they could get that kind of result as if they'd had their makeup done but themselves at home. And I think that's such a great point, that so many of us, whether it's the hairdresser or your makeup artist or whatever treatment it is you enjoy having done, we all think, oh, I wish I could do that myself at home. I mean, let's be honest, if you're a makeup artist, how many times has someone made the joke to you, I wish you could come to my house and do my makeup every day? And equally, how many times have you made that joke to the person that does your hair and makeup? I know that's the kind of joke I'd come out with every time, thinking I was the first person to have cracked it that day. But no, I think it's a lovely idea. So basically, she's got a whole range of stuff that is designed to give like lovely glam results but be quite easy to use. Now I have to admit, so far they have just blended on and I've barely had to do anything. I'm absolutely chuffed with those, to be honest. I'm going to take that same bronzer shade under the eye with a little smudger brush here, and then what I think I'll do is just take the darker brown in those outer corners. So I'll have a little play now. Now I've forgotten to put my phone on airplane mode, so let's hope no one gives me a ring. Okay, and then I'm going to take that same pencil brush with a deeper colour. Might pat off. What I do if ever I'm a bit like uncertain of how pigmented something is going to be is I pat off the excess on the back of my hand until I know what I'm dealing with, and then I know how much product I can actually go in with. These are very easy to blend, they're lovely. I've got a few new bits today actually to show you. Another one is there's a new NARS mascara. So I've brought that in with me so that we can have a little look at that. The only thing I will say with mascaras, a lot of them, I tend to find that you kind of get a true measure of them once you've used them for a few days, because they can often be quite rich and wet when they're brand new. So we'll have a little look today But some of these newer mascaras I've been trying to show you in the different videos, I'll just keep returning to them so that we can see how they last over a few, you know, weeks or little bit of a longer stretch of time. Okay, if you're wondering what am I doing here, I'm building up a little outer corner with this dark brown into a kind of outwards flick, and they're not perfectly even because I'm going to go in with the Aimee Taperer brush, and I'm literally, oh, that's a nice brush, I'm just going to take that colour and blend it out to give a little kick in that corner. But I don't necessarily want any harsh lines. I just want to add a bit of depth. And you'll notice what I've been doing there is picking up the brush rather than going back and forth. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I'm picking it off the eye every time so that we get the illusion of this flick going up and out. And that blend is largely, I'm just going to flick that out a bit so that it flicks out the way. That blend is largely down to the fact that we merged using the first brush, which I'm going to go in with again, a bit of that lighter brown, so you get this kind of light into dark, into the copper in the centre of my eyes. So 6 minutes, we're not doing too badly. So what I'm going to do now is just very gently retrace that copper, just so that that looks nice and strongly pigmented. We've got a little bit of everything on. That's feeling nice so far. I went in actually with Aimee's Buffer foundation brush. Just going to tidy up any little spills there. And then what I think I'll do, because I want to actually get like a full finished look, before I do any mascara or anything, I'm going to finish all the other bits where the time might catch up on me. So I'm going in with, let me kick the two ends off, a little bit of the IT Cosmetics Brow Power Full. This is the full brow pencil. There's a number of different shapes and sizes and things. So I'm going to gently buff this through. And then one of my favourite tips when you've done your brows is to just, if you've got one to hand, run a clean mascara brush through them. So if there's any, you can see there's really quite a harsh line there. And I just want to soften that out so that I've got more of a fluffy, hairy finish rather than a real sharp line. So I'm going to go really softly because I want to pick up and emphasise all of those little softer hairs. And then just take that through and all the way down. I actually tend to brush out those inner corners and then just keep the outer corners a bit more sculpted, and that way you have this lovely quality of something that frames your eye makeup, but you still also have the quality of your brows looking nice and soft. There we go. Now I'm looking at myself. I definitely need a bit of warming up. So I'm going to take that bronzer where it was actually intended to be taken, on this double-ended Bronze and Sculpt. I'm just going to run this through the hollows of the cheeks. I'm looking past you there into my mirror. Now this little Bronze and Sculpt brush is quite small, so it's really lovely if you want something quite precise. But if you want an all-over sweep, I'd probably go for a slightly larger brush. But this is lovely for, A, putting the product where you really want it, and B, if you did want more of a kind of contoured finish, it's big enough to kind of catch the areas that you want to catch, but small enough that it gives quite a tapered finish. Now I'm going to put a little bit down the nose. Now this is looking a bit different on the camera than what I can see in my mirror behind me. So I would love you to just trust me on this one. It's feeling great in real life, which isn't always the way. I mean, usually it's the other way around. You'd be thinking, oh, that picture looks great on Instagram and it's not as good in real life. I'm having the opposite effect here. So just trust me, it's not looking as warm in real life as it's maybe coming up on the screen. Now, this is just my foundation brush. With any excess product, I just like to go over and make sure I haven't left any patches. I'm then going to go in with a little bit of the cream blush. I'm just going to put this on with my hands and gently, oh gosh, what have I flicked onto myself there? I'll go back for that in a moment. In fact, let me get a clean brush. Oh, it was a little bit highlighter or something. Right, little bit of this pinky cream to just lift and brighten the centre of the face. And I'm just patting that in with my ring finger. So that's the finger that's going to apply the least amount of pressure. And also, I don't want to lift what I've built underneath it, especially because I'm not feeling the most skin confident today. Okay, these look lovely. These are a double-ended lip and liner duo. So I'm going to go in with my liner first. You know me, I like to draw things on a little bit. Now, I do have some lip balm on, so that's how it's not come up as strong, because it's kind of melting into the balm. And then this colour, I put it on the back of my hand and I thought that is just my kind of colour, but how lovely to have the two in the one wand. And then, okay, I've got a couple of minutes left. This is the NARS Climax Extreme. So let me just show you, lovely big brush. Let's see how we get on with this. I'll tell you what's nice actually, which is another fave tip of mine, little WhatsApp coming through, is if you've got something with a nice big head in the palette, the mirror the size of this, I can see my whole face. So it's always a good one to have to carry around with you. Anything that's got the largest mirror. Because there's nothing more annoying than doing a touch-up in a tiny little, you know, fraction of an eyeshadow palette or something. Now, I'll tidy that up in a moment. Made a right pig's ear of that. But that's before and after with the mascara. So yeah, first impressions, everything was really easy to blend. So I defo think that that's probably one of the most important things when you're trying to get that professional finish at home, isn't it? But no, really, really lovely. I'm looking forward to getting stuck into those. Loads of the bloggers I follow are Irish. So I love seeing like the brands that they have that we don't have and things. But yeah, I'm delighted to finally have a little bit of Sculpted by Aimee in my life. I've got 20 seconds to go. Okay, there you go. Hope you enjoyed. I'll get stuck into, there's loads of other bits I haven't shown you actually, so I'll work them into any other videos, and any other bits and pieces that you want to see or have a little try on of, let me know and I'll work through them over the next few weeks. Okay, talk to you soon.